Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the next topic, and the next topic is formation of verbs. How can we form many verbs with the help of prefixes or suffixes? We can add prefixes and suffixes to many nouns, adjectives, or another verbs to make new verbs. आपको अगर अपनी वोकेबलरी बढ़ानी है, इफ यू वांट टू एनरिच योर सेल्फ और एनरिच योर वोकैब, यू हैव टू लर्न द न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ formation of new words, formation of verbs. And there are certain prefixes and suffixes. If you learn to add prefix and suffix to make new words, you can enrich yourself in English vocabulary. Now, let us take two prefixes and suffixes. En as a prefix and en as a suffix. We can add this en to many words, nouns or adjectives to make verbs, to make new verbs. In this way, just by adding a single prefix to many words, you can make many verbs. For example, danger and danger. Danger is a noun. We add en as a prefix before danger, it becomes a verb endanger, खतरे में डालना. Next is rich. As you know, rich is an adjective. Add en as a prefix before rich, it will become enrich. Means किसी को rich बनाना. Next is large. Large is an adjective. If you add a prefix n before this large, it will become enlarge. Means to make something large. Next is circle. Circle is a noun. Add en as a prefix to circle, it will become encircle. Means gola lagana. Next is joy. Joy is a noun. Joy. Add en to joy as a prefix, it will become enjoy. Anand lena. Next is courage. As you know, courage is a noun, an abstract noun. Add en as a prefix, it will become encourage. Means किसी के साहस को, उत्साह को बढ़ाना. Next is force. Force is also a noun. When we add n as a prefix to force, it will become enforce. किसी से जोर जबरदस्ती करना, किसी को बलपूर्वक कोई काम करवाना. Next is able. It is an adjective. Add n to it, it will become enable. Means किसी को able बनाना, योग्य बनाना. Next is title. If title is a noun, add en as a prefix to title, it will become entitle. And next is sure. Add en as a prefix and it will become unsure. Ensure, किसी को आश्वस्त करना, विश्वास दिलाना. In this way, we can form many verbs by adding this prefix to these nouns and adjectives. They will become endanger, enrich, enlarge, encircle, enjoy, encourage, enforce, enable, entitle, ensure. We can add this not only as a prefix, we can add en as a suffix too to many nouns and adjectives to form other verbs. For example, there are a few words: broad, black, white, bright, dark, glad, mad, and many more. Add en as a suffix to these nouns, adjectives, or verbs and make new verbs. For example, black, blacken, मीन्स काला करना। फॉर एग्जाम्पल OMR सीट में आप एनसर्कल करते हो या ब्लैकन करते हो सर्कल्स को। ब्लैकन, ब्रोडन, ब्रोड होता है चौड़ा, ब्रोडन मीन्स चौड़ा करना। नेक्स्ट इज डार्क, कोई डार्क है कोई चीज, काला, घना, उसको और अधिक घना या गहरा बनाना, डार्कन। किसी कोई चीज है ब्राइट, ब्राइट इज एन एडजेक्टिव, चमकीला। You have to make it more bright means brighten. In the same way, madden and gladden, it will become double D before adding a suffix en to these two words. In this way, we can form many verbs with the help of prefixes and suffixes. Now, there is one more suffix fy, phi. We can add this suffix to many nouns and adjectives to make new verbs, new words. For example, beauty. Beauty, as you know, is an abstract noun. We can add fy to beauty to make it a verb. First of all, we have to remove this y, change it into I, and we shall add ify to beaut, and it will become beautify. Next is clear. It will become clarify, not clarify. यहां पर आपको ध्यान देना है, you have to change this ea into a and ify, clarify. Next is peace, is a noun. Add fy to it, it will become pacify, not pacify. Pay attention to it. Its spelling gets changed. Next is pure. Purify, example, exemplify. In this way, we can add this suffix phi to many words by changing a few spellings, few letters of the words to change them into new verbs. Beautify, clarify, pacify, purify, and exemplify. To illustrate something, what do you mean by exemplify? To illustrate something by giving a few examples. Next is be, as a prefix. You can make many new verbs by adding be as a prefix to these words, nouns or adjectives, or another verbs. For example, fool. As you know, fool is a noun or as an adjective. We can make a verb by adding be as a prefix and it will become befool. Befool means to make someone fool. Next is friend. As you know, friend is a noun. You can add be to friend and it will become befriend. Befriend means किसी को दोस्त बनाना. Next is stow. Add be as a prefix to this word, it will become bestow. Bestow means to confer upon, to honor someone. He was bestowed upon a degree. In this way, bestow. Next is besmirk. Besmirk means to damage someone, to damage someone's honor or someone's respect. In this way, we can write a verb, new verb, besmirk. And next is belittle. Belittle. Next is behead. Head means head, and behead means to cut someone's head, means execute. And next is behold. As you know, hold is already a verb. We can add be to hold, it will become behold. Behold means observe, see, a view. In this way, we can make many new verbs by using prefixes and suffixes. Now, we can add ise, eyes, as a suffix to these nouns or adjectives to make new verbs. For example, apology, special, civil, equal, character, national, memory, and critic. There are many more words which take this suffix to form new verbs, but here we are taking a few examples. Apology, it will become apologize. माफी मांगना, क्षमा याचना करना, apologize. Next is spatial, it will become specialize. Next is memory, it will become memorize. And critic, it will become criticize. These verbs can be formed by adding this suffix to these words, to these nouns or adjectives. Now, you have to make a few verbs from spatial, civil, equal, character, national, and a few more by adding a suffix ise to these words. And list these words in your notebook and frame a few more verbs. Next is, we are taking two more prefixes em, m and im, im. We can make a few new verbs by adding m and im as a prefix to a few words. For example, power. Empower means to make someone more powerful, empower. Next is bark, embark. Next is body, embody. Embody means to include something, contents. And next is boss, emboss. In this way, we can make a few new verbs by adding these prefixes. You can find out their meanings and use them into your own sentences to have a good command over the vocabulary of these verbs. Next is im. We can add im to a few words by framing a few new verbs. For example, prison. Imprison means किसी को जेल में भेजना, किसी की कैद करना. Poor, ये एक स्पेशल वर्ड बनता है, यहां आपको स्पेशली ध्यान भी देना है. इट विल बिकम impoverish, poverish. It will become impoverish. It is a verb made by adding a prefix im to adjective poor. It will become impoverish, means to make someone poor or of inferior quality. Next is peril. Imperil, imbibe और implant. Implant आपने सुना होगा, dental implant or any other organ implant center. With the help of an operation, a surgeon implants an organ into the body of a patient. In this way, we can make a few more verbs by using these prefixes. Make the list of such verbs, find out their meanings and use them into your own sentences, and you will have a good command over this vocabulary. Next is, we can change a few vowels or few letters in the words by changing them into verbs. For example, a few important words I am taking here. Blood. As you know, blood is a noun. Blood, what is the verb? Bleed. Next is, we have changed oo into ee. In the same way, food, it will become feed. These are nouns, and bleed and feed are the verbs made from blood and food nouns. Next is knee. आपको पता है knee, घुटने. Kneel means घुटने टेकना, surrender करना, to surrender, kneel. Knelt, it will become a verb. Next is public. As you know, public is a noun as well as an adjective, and we can change it into a verb, publish. Publish. Next is fine. We can add a prefix re to change it into a verb. It will become refine. And bath, a very important word. What is the difference between bath, bath, and bathe, bathe? There is a clear-cut difference. Bath is a noun while bathe is a verb. I am having a bath, or I am bathing, or bathe. Bathe is a verb. If we add ee to this bath noun, it will become a verb, bathe. In this way, we can form many new verbs and enrich our vocabulary by using certain prefixes and suffixes. Enlist these words and make a few more new verbs, enlist them in your notebook, and you will have a good command over new verbs. Thank you.